Today we have with us Commander Ram Gurung. Commander Gurung is an ex-submariner, an ex-NDA, and while he was doing his service in the Navy, he also completed an executive MBA from the prestigious FMS New Delhi. After that, Sir has also Lean Sigma Green Belt from the Institute of Statistical Studies, and then Sir has worked with Grant Thornton as a consultant in the consulting industry. Of late, Commander Ram has professionally started helping veterans in their transition journey from uniform to the corporate world to the civil world uh, for their second careers. And he has taken on to himself a mission of helping 10,000 plus veterans in this particular task. We have invited him today to share his wisdom and his guidance on as to how certifications can be used for improving and increasing your probability of getting worthwhile and well-paying jobs. So welcome to the talk today, Ram sir.
Yeah, thank you, Vipul. At the outset, I'd like to express my sincere gratitude for inviting me for this particular series of talk called as Value Talk. And I'm sure these are definitely being seen as a value by our Fauzi, transitioning veterans who are actually moving from the military environment and seeking out great opportunities in the corporate. Yes, and thank you to all. I think what I see is about 80 plus members who have took out their time to be a part of this important discussion. Thank you. I think together we can make really a great impact. Over to you.
Sir, I would like to start this with a very basic question. People have more awareness, and we are also trying to kind of create more relevant awareness. Let us assume that a veteran completes the certifications, completes the rigor, and they already have those relevant skill sets, and they get the required interview calls. तो वहां पर उनसे किस तरह के सवाल यूजुअली सर्टिफिकेशंस के बेसिस पर पूछे जाते हैं? क्या एक उपयुक्त तैयारी होगी so that they are able to face those questions with and have the right kind of answers?
That's very, very relevant question, Vipul. So having done these certifications and going for the interview, so first and foremost, we should expect the questions from that particular certifications, right? For example, if somebody has done, let's say, cybersecurity, right? So the question could be asked, okay, how are you, or how have you, used these fundamentals or these frameworks or this process in ensuring the security or data security, IT security in the kind of activities or the responsibilities that you did in the military. Right? So, and when we cite those experiences and those activities to the detail that has been asked, so that basically gives the civilian or the interviewer that yes, this particular person has not only done this certification, but he has actually used it in the practical scenario. Right? If I have to give you example, I had done Six Sigma, right? So in the interview, I was asked, okay, give me an example where you have utilized the learnings from this Six Sigma. And as I mentioned, these certifications I did quite late. I had actually done this just before I had gone for my PRC to IIM Ahmedabad. And thankfully, the certification that I did from Indian Statistical Institute required us to do a practical assignment or a practical project and showcase how you have used the learnings of that certification of Six Sigma into solving some of the challenge in your day-to-day life, or it could be work, or it could be anywhere. So what I did was, I was asked this question in the interview, and what I told them was that I had used this particular learning of Six Sigma to reduce the food wastage in IIM Ahmedabad campus, where we as a PRC officers were also dining, and there were other regular members or regular students of IIM Ahmedabad, the regular batch. And I told them how I used the fishbone concept to find the root cause analysis. I did root cause analysis of why there was so much food wastage in the dining hall. And second was, how did I use the DMAC principle? You know, it is basically define, measure, analyze, and I think improve and control. So how did I use that particular framework to help me solve this particular real case example? And actually, you know, that really made a impression. In my earlier interview, you know, giving my that answer without Rasi did not make any impression. But here, when I told them about this full procedure and the framework that I used, so that really made an impact to my answer, and I could see in the interviewer face also, right? So definitely, you know, we should expect these kind of questions. And the third type of questions could be on the, you know, future trends, because they have seen, okay, you have done this particular program or particular certification. So how do you solve any future challenges? They want to ascertain your, you know, problem solving skills or your proficiency in replying those hypothetical kind of questions. For example, let's say somebody appearing for in supply chain, they might ask you, okay, you know, let's consider that these particular roads or this particular transport channel is not working. Now tell me, how do you design a optimum solution to take this particular consignment from this particular place A to B? Because they have seen that you have done some certification regarding this. So if you have not, you know, paid attention, or if you not revised those kind of, let's say, you know, frameworks or transportation model, which actually gives you answer for these, then maybe you are not able to solve that. And then they'll see the gap between the certification and the practical life application, right? So I think, you know, these kind of questions should be expected to be asked and needs to be prepared in advance in the manner that the other person can actually understand what you are saying. Over to you, Vipul.
So from getting foxed at Rashi to having actually made the certification position and giving an answer about saving food using a fishbone analysis. This is something which between you and me, yes, I understand what you're saying. But do these certifications also help, or is there actually a positive influence in the hiring manager or the hiring decision matrix because of these certifications, especially for veterans when they're applying for corporate roles?
In my consideration, I think certification definitely has some impact or some effect on the way that the hiring manager looks at any resume. Right? Because, you know, first thing is, yes, getting certification is not easy, especially the one which you also know, you know, quite a coveted one, which the industry demands is a global recognized. It could be CPP, CISSP, or anything related with supply chain management, right? Which basically require that kind of effort, energy, and even the money. So those are basically, you know, seen from that particular aspect that, yes, this particular person is serious about his progress in life, that he is committed, he is driven. You know, so that actually, it may, the message could be subtle, but definitely it is somewhere hidden or somewhere there in the person, whoever actually reads that resume. Ki iske paas hai ye, and it's not easy. Maybe the person, like when I actually went to the corporate, I found that most of the people whom I am working with, they were doing all project management, but they had not done project management professional, because उनको पता है इसमें मतलब काफी मेहनत लगता है, काफी पढ़नी पड़ती है, you know, पैसा अलग है, you know, पैसा तो क्या, lot of company actually reimburse also, लेकिन मेहनत कौन करे, मेहनत तो खुद को ही करना है ना, right? So a lot of people that I was working my team, they did not have PMP, and they have been there for another, you know, 10-15 years in doing the same thing. But what I see is that kind of, let's say, that seriousness is actually there in the people. I see, a lot of transition veteran. I think PMP to almost, शायद maybe 30-40% के पास तो पक्का ही होगा, right? And everybody gets it by hard effort. I know that because I also have done. So I know what kind of effort goes into that. So definitely hiring manager को एक लगता है कि हाँ ये बंदा driven है, ये बंदा committed है, ये बंदा serious है, and he's always on the learning path, learning curve. It's only not in his resume he's saying कि I've got that learning aptitude, but दिख भी रहा है, tangible proof है. So that means future में if he does not know anything, he will take a step out, he will work hard, and he will learn that concept and do well in his life. So इस type का एक message तो definitely जाता ही जाता है. And second thing is, in this competitive, job market, if let's say somebody has to distinguish, you get let's say 5-6 resumes which look similar in terms of the work experience. So maybe the certification could be one small instrument which can help for your resume to be picked up out of so many. अब उनको सब लगता है कि 10 फौजीज हैं, and they want to take one फौजी for whatever task, and they all look 19-20, then maybe having that particular certification thinks, yeah, chalo, let me give a chance to this particular person, and then for the interview at least, I don't know what happens in the interview, whether the person is able to justify whatever certification he or she has got, how that particular thing was used in the past to solve real life challenge. वो तो बात की बात है, but at least pick up होने के लिए वहां पर तो at least help हो ही जाएगा, right? So imagine karo like somebody is looking for security officer, let's say, even, and somebody maybe having CPP or CISSP, and the other person are not having 5-6, so maybe that particular person will be picked up for at least the interview round. Right? So definitely I think होना HR के लिए makes selection of the resume for the interview a little easier. That's what I feel. Definitely makes some mark on, maybe it is a subtle one, but decision making में HR को पक्का help होगा कि मैं किस resume को उठाऊं for selection to the next round. That is the interview round.
It kind of helps not getting rejected. The last question, I agree with you that yes, certifications are needed from not just from a makeup point of view, but also from learning the hard skill, learning the technicalities, and enhancing existing skills and giving them a proper framework and things like that. But what kind of institutions or organizations should an individual actually go about acquiring these certificates so that they also bring in the required quality? It is not just for job search, but or getting a job, but for actual real development or value addition to the skill.
Yes, if I have to say in a single word, the best that you can do, right? The best you can do, because why I'm saying this is, अगर कोई project management का certification करता है, do you think that particular person will do 2-3 certifications for that particular one competency? नहीं करेगा, because it takes so much effort to do even one. So why not put in whole effort to do one? Because if that thing, that particular certification is valuable, is industry standard, is globally recognized, then even doing one will actually suffice. So do the certification that is best for that particular role. जैसे अगर मैं example लूँ PMP के लिए, that means project management के लिए, right? So for project management, if you see on the internet, there's so many institutions and organizations that are giving you certificate for project management. Some could be 2 weeks course, some could be 3 weeks course, some could be 1 month course. Even IITs are giving. There are some regional chapters or organization, they are also giving. But you ask anyone, there's only one gold standard, and that is PMP, right? By PMI. Because they have set a particular standard. क्योंकि वो मिलना मुश्किल है, काफी effort लगती है, time लगता है, and yes, it costs you about 50,000 also, and then only registered education provider can actually give you those kind of contact classes. So it has got a set benchmark. Now, if I talk about, let's say, security, so security will ho sakta hai, CPP, again, which is given by ASIS. But there could be so many other institutions also who can be giving for the certified security professional, maybe in some other name, not exactly this, because then there'll be a trademark issue, right? So why do all those when there's something best that is available, and you can do it, and काफी लोग करते भी हैं. So go for the best one because those are industry recognized. ऐसा चीज करके क्या फायदा with the other person ask here, what does this actually mean? And you say, sir, this means what? And where did you do it from? Sir, this particular thing. I mean, where is it located? Which organization is this? तो अगर हमको justify करना पड़े कि ये certification किसके लिए है और ये कहाँ से किया है, so then do you think it actually serves the meaning out of it? And yes, third part will be the learning, right? Obviously the industry standards से आप learn करोगे, those valuable, so that will definitely give you a edge over any other certification that could be of similar name, be of similar curriculum, but in terms of the acceptance in the corporate, they may not actually be the same, right? And like, for example, if somebody just want to try for the knowledge sake, you can actually try the free one also. ऐसा नहीं कि आप directly PMP करो. If you want to see whether project management is for me or not, you can actually do a lot of free courses. LinkedIn में भी आपको 20,000 plus courses मिल जाएंगे, and it is everywhere. आप projects में देख सकते हो, cloud security में देख सकते हो, HR के लिए देख सकते हो, organization behavior के लिए देख सकते हो, right? Data analytics से देख सकते हो. So there are a lot of free courses also available, and if you want certification, then you have to pay the money and do it, right? So you can take these small courses also, chapter wise type courses भी होते हैं, जो छोटे courses होते हैं, right? And it basically adds up. So courses are there on certification courses are there on Coursera also. आप सबको पता होगा, EDX में भी है, right? Udemy में है. And I don't know how many people know about Swayam. It is basically government of India platform, right? It's called Swayam, and it has been developed by NPTEL. It's basically National Program for Technology Enhanced Learning. I think 7 IITs plus Indian Institute of Science have collaborated together, and more than 3,000 courses are available. In fact, I also did one course because I just want to know कि machine learning, artificial intelligence, cloud security क्या होता है. I mean, what are the various curriculum? So I just wanted to try. So इसमें क्या, basically you can just go log in and take that free course, and it is basically being taught by IIT professors. IIT Kharagpur, IIT Delhi के जो professors है, recorded course, and definitely it's a recorded course, but you actually get to hear from them. जो अपने वो क्लास उनको पढ़ा रहे हैं वो आपको पढ़ा रहे हैं, उस लेवल का है ये, राइट? उस लेवल का, जस्ट रिकॉर्डेड कोर्स, एंड दैट इज फ्री. बट यस, इफ यू वांट टू टेक एग्जाम वेयर इट विल बी एक्चुअली हेल्ड फिजिकली, सेंटर्स हैं, आपको फीस भरना है, एप्लीकेशन भरना है, एग्जाम के डेट चॉइस लेनी है, एंड देयर यू हैव टू अपीयर फॉर एग्जाम, एंड इफ यू क्वालिफाई देन you get the certification as well. So, and they give you for different kind, मतलब आप उसमें आप क्लाउड सिक्योरिटी डालेंगे तो आपको क्लाउड सिक्योरिटी से फिजिकल सिक्योरिटी सब कुछ मिलेगा, राइट? सप्लाई चेन में डालेंगे अगेन लॉट ऑफ, एचआर डालेंगे अगेन लॉट ऑफ, राइट? सो you can actually try that, just to see whether it is suitable or not, and then take that also 1,000 rupees ka, and then you see ki nahi, I want to get a little more global recognized, so then you take a step up and then do any of other courses. I mean, I don't have to tell you ki kaun sa certification kaun se role ke liye available hai, right? Aap udhar se google karo, mere ko yahan se google karunga, we'll get the same result, right? So so that's what actually it is, and we must invest in ourselves, because if we invest, we become better, and if we become better, definitely we can give better result. So certification definitely helps in that.
I'm genuinely thankful for today's guidance and mentorship which you have provided, and it is my belief that those who have joined us today, and for those of the ones who will watch this recording, they would be able to find some very relevant and useful piece of advice in terms of their transition journey. Thank you so much, Ram sir.